Hello and welcome to day 18 of the Inktober Tangle challenge. The challenge is put together by Stephanie Jennifer, CZT, and I've put a link to the document that she puts together in the description box below. And in that document you can find a link to all of the tangles, and it shows you how to draw the tangles. So today the tangle is called Middleton, and it's by Chen, CZT, and this one is a grid tangle, and I'm going to start with a grid and change it. I'm still going to do a grid, but I'm going to change it up a bit because I want to see what happens. This is a new tangle to me, and so we are going to start with a grid for our string, and a string is just a boundary that helps you to draw the tangles. So I want to see it like this, but then I also want to see what happens when you do the same tangle but you have changed the lines from being straight lines for your grid to being curvy lines. Because again, I've said it before, it's one of the lovely things about tangles and tangling that you can change them up and see what happens and get creative with them. There we go. So that's our string or our grid, and in fact I should probably have gone straight in with my pen, so I am going to redefine these now with my pen. There we go. So in this one square here, I'll draw you the basic tangle. So you start with a square in the top corner, and then you aura around the outside. I know my squares are actually rectangles. I am aware of that, especially as a former maths teacher. Then you draw another square inside there, and then you bring the diagonals to a point like that. And then in this box here, you do another solid coloured rectangle. I'm going to call them rectangles because mine are not squares. And then draw a diagonal line like that so that it looks 3D. And then in these outer bits, you can do whichever embellishments that you like. So you can do stripes, you can just do lines, totally up to you. So I think I am just going to do lines on mine, certainly to begin with. Because the advantage of just doing the lines is that you can, if you want to, then colour in the lines, colour in between the lines. Now, you are going to get different results depending on which way you do this next square. If you start with the initial box in the corner here, then you will have a reflection. You can do the initial box in the corner there again, and you'll just have a repeat of that pattern. So it's totally up to you. You can also put this box down here or down here. The world is your oyster, basically. So I am going to go into here. So we start with that. Then we aura. You probably saw me hesitate then. And that was because I was going to aura around this bit, but you don't. Then you have the diagonal lines. And on this one, because we're doing a mirror image of that, this time the little box goes on the opposite side. Like that. And again, I am going to just do lines. And what happens is that your initial grid lines then start to disappear within the pattern. And then down here, I could just repeat exactly what we've got, but I am going to put the box, the original box, into this corner, I think. I don't want it in the opposite corner. I'm going to go here. I'm going to try and line up my lines, as it were. Oops, that's definitely not lined up. And then we aura around the outside. Do the corner diagonals. Do the inside box. It's gone tiny, this one, ridiculous. And then the next inside box is going to be here. Like that. And then the lines for here. There we are. And so then we're going to see what it looks like over here now. And for this one, I'm going to start in the middle. So we're going to kind of follow these curves like that. Then we aura around the box. And then we're going to reflect over here, but we're following these curves. And you'll notice I'm not sticking to the same order that I did before. Once you know the tangle, you can change it up a bit. And then I think I'll reflect these over here. So that line, that box, sorry, now goes in this corner. I was so in the zone there that I've ended up doing these ones in the wrong place. Fiddlesticks. They were meant to be in here. Never mind. One of the advantages is that you, with such a busy pattern, you kind of almost won't notice it. I notice it and you notice it, but don't tell anybody else. So, shading. We're going to shade along the outside of these lines. And then this box is on top of these ones, and this one is on top of that other one. If I'd been using white paper, I might have been able to get away with doing something with that, but obviously I'm not, so I can't. And I don't have anything blue that will go over it. These ended up being quite interesting, these tight little spaces. There we are. So this is Middleton. Did I say day 18? Yes. By Chen. CZT, I'm fairly sure. Oh, it doesn't say CZT after their name. So, there we go. And you can have a lot more fun with the shading than I've done there. But thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 19. Bye now.